Thank you once again for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I'm just going to go into this great little topic we're doing today, since today is about my favorite thing. Well, definitely the top three. So today, the question is, which are the best type of sales to get at Drive-thru RPG and DM's Guild? POD, print on demand, or PDF? Now, before I get started, let me introduce myself. I am Louis Porter Jr., and of course this is my channel where we talk about all things comic and gaming related from all different sides. But one of the big things today I think that's going to be important is sales. And before we even get started, the people who are saying, well, you could sell it both, we're not talking about that right now. We're not looking for that answer right now. We're looking for which one actually do you get the best return on money, and why? Because that's the other part to it. So let's talk about print on demand, aka POD, and PDF sales. When I first got onto selling through Drive-thru, back when it was RPG Now, there were basically just only PDF sales, and you could sell that way. And actually, it was a great way to sell. The downside, of course, is that you couldn't get your product into stores. That's always been a drag of the print on demand. On the PDF side of things, is that trying to get your products seen by more people. Now, 2021, people buy online, they buy their print online, they buy the PDFs online. It's really a different place. And one of the more interesting things that I like to always talk about is, as much as I like print on demand and I'm all for it, I think it's important, the problem with print on demand for me starts to happen when, for a lack of a better term, when you compare it sales-wise. See, the issue that really happens, it's tough, and we've all agreed this is tough, is the percentages that get taken out of your pocket to make these things. So, as we all know, selling on Drive-thru RPG or DM's Guild, let's do Drive-thru first. It's between either 30 to 35%. And then you've got DM's Guild, which takes 50%. Printing is a great thing to do if you don't have a lot of exposure and you want to get more exposure. Print makes your product real. Let's be honest. It goes from being fake to real. Like, hey, I print out cards. I love doing cards. Cards are my one little weakness. I don't know why. I just like cards. So it's a cool little thing. But I know every time I sell a card, I'm taking a loss of money. So we have a deck that we did called Ultimate Spell Decks Druid Cards. So these are, this is for Pathfinder. You can sell this, as a whole deck of Pathfinder-based Druid cards. Very simple, not very complex. You know what you're getting. We price those as a print on demand at $20.99. Knowing that I'm putting $20.99, what percentage do you think I get back after everything's paid for, after the printing's paid for and everything, and this is just for this card set. This isn't for all of them, but this was a very standard which you can kind of accept. So out of the $20.99 I sell it for, the money I actually take home in my pocket is $6.97. So for all who are wondering, it's basically a third. So remember, I told you before, I sell it, I get 65% of the money that sells. That's normal for a PDF, 65%. But now this print on demand, I only get 33%. Half. Now, does that mean print on demand is not worth it? No. But at the same time, you got to understand you're going to make less money on print on demand per book because of the price of printing included in. Now, the advantages are immense. Print on demand, you don't have to have a warehouse full of books that you printed already that you pay up front. You don't have to do that. That's pretty important. That's pretty nice. People can buy one at a time or 12 at a time. It doesn't matter. That's the good side. But, the percentages are not the greatest. I always scream about 50% being a lot. This is 33%. That's a lot. Now, someone is happy when they get to have, their printed thing. It's in their hands. Not digital, it's real. It's real. But man, come on. I'm complaining about cost already. And this is you only get a third. So if I put $100 on it, I'd only get $33. 66 goes somewhere else. And it's like, it sounds, it's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, a third of your money getting back is a tough little ugh. And then you look at PDF, it can be anywhere between 50 to 65%. You know, you don't have to sell as much. Or even better, you can sell, like I said, you can sell a pack of cards. You're not going to sell like one or two cards. You're just not. It's just not economic to do that. Especially as print on demand. Maybe as a PDF you charge whatever you want. But it's tough. It's tough to set that up. So, while a lot of people are saying both, and don't get me wrong, both are good. Because if you sell both, you'll make money. Usually what people do is they'll get a print on demand and they'll add the PDF for $1 more. So in reality, if it was like the one I just said, what if it was $21.99? I'd make $7.20, something like $7, $7. Not much of an increase, but at the same time, I would sell the product. So the question becomes, what's the more important thing? Are you looking to sell the product as a physical product, or are you selling as a digital? I think if you're a small company, start out, go with digital. And this is my opinion. Let me put it in perspective. I think going to digital is a better move for you in the long term. Once you build that fan base up that trusts you, then doing print versions of your books are very easy. Or you can do a great strategy. This is a strategy that I think everybody does now. At one point it was controversial, but now people don't care. You produce a book and you chop your book up in pieces. What's a great example of that? Green Ronin did a Powers book, Power Profile. Initially they released it, I believe, as a PDF, and they chopped each section as a PDF, like this section on this, They released each section with a price point. I think it was like $2, maybe $3, something small. And then they collected it and released it as an actual big print book. Now, is that a good idea? Of course, that's a great idea. I've done it for all mine. Take something that you have big, chop it in small pieces, sell the PDFs to get people interested, and then sell the collected version as a print on demand or even just a large PDF. Either way, people will be happy with that. You can get them to test it out at a cheap price. Maybe one or two they'll buy for a couple of PDFs. Like, oh, I like this. Let me buy the book. Or let me buy the collected PDF. Or let me buy the bundle it's attached to. Either way, those are all good choices. They come to you. The printed book by itself, just selling, it's tough to be long-term profitable on that. And another gripe that I have, and this is kind of a personal one, I think there needs to be a way that, or even more invested, I believe this would be 100% more invested in finding a way to get drive-through materials sold to retail stores. Maybe I have a pilot program about that. I've talked about this many times before. People know how I feel about this. This is nothing new. If you can figure out a way to get some kind of cool pilot program going where people can sell hard copies to stores. Now, I don't know how that's going to happen. That's not my forte. But I've always believed that could help out smaller guys. But I'd also limit it to a certain level of guys. You've got to make this kind of sales per month. You've got to have this kind of setup because you want to sell the best of the best. There are guys doing great work and doing tons of hard work and getting into stores, which would be a natural evolution of that. So that's just my feeling. Which is the best type of sales? Which one is the best type of sales? I'm going to say PDF. But don't get me wrong, print on demand are also important. So don't count it out. And if you haven't done anything print on demand or you don't know about it, do some research. About it. You can learn a lot. And let's be honest, some people want the hardcover books. They want to have the hardcover books of what you do. So give them an option for that too. Why would you turn down money? Hey man, I don't turn down money. So maybe you want to, but that's not how I work. But I'm not going to get mad at anybody who does what they do best. So you go out there and live your best life. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Oh, of course, do us a favor. If you like this channel, you like what's going on, put us a little click on the bottom below. And of course, if you want to make some comments on this, we're always up for comments, especially those spicy ones. I like them when they're kind of spicy. They're kind of like a little disrespectful. I like that. Don't get me wrong. I really do like that. So do us a favor, put a comment below, and we're going to love it. And we'll go from there. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll talk to you all later.